Welcome everybody to the XP Grind podcast. As always, it is Zach.
Cody?
James.
That was exciting.
I'm usually excited.
James.
I'm very exciting.
Shit happens, right?
What the fuck is that supposed to mean?
You're exciting. Shit's always happening with you.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I thought you meant like my intro shit happens.
No, not quite, but I mean...
Okay, in which case I was going
That
to
was
be
a shit intro.
fuck off,
It
shit happens.
So, next week is E3.
Yes.
So, we might as well talk about E3.
Sounds like a plan.
I think what we should go over, simple enough, what we're looking for, what we think is going to happen.
I thought you were sticking on the shit happens.
What?
E3.
Oh, yeah, shit's going to happen
It's been
at
on
E3.
it's been on a downturn.
Yeah.
Since, I don't know, 10 years ago.
Yeah, since, you're not allowed to go anymore unless you're part of the fucking media.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we should talk about what we're looking forward to, what we hope's going to happen, and like maybe just something that's like a wild. God, it would be cool if this kind of thing happened. I think it would be something.
That sounds fun to me. I'm down.
At the very least, it's something we can.
Yay.
We could definitely. We could.
Sounds terrible. I'm out.
This is dumb.
No, I'm clearly excited.
Can you not tell? The inflection in the voice is just.
I thought I was
amazing.
making it obvious.
I don't know. Cody, you want to start? Like, what do you specifically? What's something you expect to happen? Kind of.
Let's see. I expect Call of Duty trailers to happen at the Microsoft conference.
Don't steal the obvious things. That's the stuff I wanted.
I expect some news about Final Fantasy 15.
God, I hope so.
I don't expect a release date.
I don't know. Absolutely not. It's going to be like, here's another trailer.
I
Still looks
expect
good.
another delay for Destiny.
Ooh. Okay, that's dicey now.
At E3?
Yes.
Why would you...
They're going to have another trailer with a new release date. But they're going to say the beta is going to start in July, a specific date here.
I think it's... Now that you mention it, I think the beta's going to go live like during E3.
That would be cool.
I don't think that they're going to come out openly and give a disappointment at E3. I think they're going to push whatever good information they can and
announce it later
and announce the disappointing information after E3. It would be
E3-like.
it would be a dumb PR move to do that at E3.
Yeah.
So, guys, here's our press conference. Destiny's delayed. Fuck you guys. See you later.
Yeah. Oh, we got some good shit coming, but
You're going to have to wait
It'll
longer.
be here, yeah.
It's going to be in Destiny, though, which is delayed.
Yeah.
But it'll be
Suck it.
awesome.
Yeah. Let's see. What I want to happen. I want Fallout 4 to be announced.
Far Cry?
Yes, Far Cry.
Are you sure? Are we talking about Far Cry or Fallout or...
Far Cry?
Far Cry?
Far Cry.
Far
Cry.
Yes. Fallout 4. I expect it to be like some premises of it where it's actually going to be set. I don't know if it's... The rumor is Boston. I expect the actual information where it's going to be set, a tentative release.
But I thought they
window.
were busy recoding the original Fallouts.
No, absolutely not.
Like, they've been working on it nonstop since the beginning of the year.
Yeah,
but-
since they got the rights to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then they were like, you know what we should do instead of this? Fallout 4. And then we should get back to this after we finish Fallout 4. That's why it's taking so long. Because instead of just like, they pulled out like the interplay screen from the first game, they're like, oh, you know what we should do before we finish this real quick? Like, it took them 15 minutes to pull the interplay stuff out of the first game. But then they're like, hold on.
Splash screen.
Yeah.
I just got an idea. We should do Fallout 4 right now.
You know, people
And then they
probably
started doing
really
that.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Think they have the whole Far Out issue?
They probably do. I imagine that's probably what they're stuck on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should put Cry in here somewhere.
You know, we should
And a
probably, instead
bow.
of using...
The bow.
What is their engine? Do they use Havoc? What do they use?
I think so.
Yeah, instead of using Havoc, use the Crytek engine.
It would be
Just 'cause.
interesting.
It's an interesting.
Speaking of Just Cause 3,
Oh my god.
that needs to be announced.
I hated the second one.
You hated the second one?
You remember how mad I got the second one?
No,
I
I
was
don't.
not having a fun time with that game.
Over what?
Achievements. I was achievement hunting in that game, and it was not
Oh.
There's your
fun.
problem. That game is amazing.
I just played it on PC.
It's
I
not,
played it. I spent more time in the demo in that game than I have in a lot of other games. I loved that game.
yeah, it's fun, but it just wasn't for me. That's what it comes down to. I'm pretty sure Square Enix has more important things to announce right now than another Just Cause game.
Yeah, probably. Like a release date for Final Fantasy 15.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe a release date for that Child's game that you enjoy so much.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No?
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
What about the one with like the hearts and the keys?
And nothing to do with Final Fantasy?
Nothing at all.
I still don't know what you guys are talking about.
Okay, we can play that game.
Remember when you were playing Ariel's Magical Underwater Adventure?
I remember that game.
2?
No, the last time you played it.
Yeah?
Yeah, that game.
That was Ariel's, what'd you say, underwater?
Magical Underwater Adventure.
Yeah,
Damn it, get the title straight.
That was the game.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. And you know it wasn't.
Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yes! I want it so bad.
Cody needs it in his pants.
I needed it. What?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because he likes little kid games in his pants.
I was.
You can just come up with the games there and just,
I wasn't gonna go
just leave it
there.
at that. Yeah, I mean, let's be honest. Kingdom Hearts 3, they're gonna have a new trailer, right?
An actual gameplay trailer.
I don't know about
so.
that.
Well, they already had one. It was a.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, they did.
They did.
Right.
Maybe like
Something with a story trailer would be nice.
something story related. Yes, instead of that cryptic. The announcement trailer where like Sora just picks up
A Keyblade on Destiny Island.
Yeah, and it wasn't even his Keyblade, and without going too much into story that
Just
nobody
wake
cares
me
about.
up when you guys are done.
Yeah, something actually story related, where going through like, okay, this is going to be some of the intro. This is what's going to happen with it. So that would be nice. I doubt it's going to happen. It's probably just going to be a gameplay trailer. And
I'd be perfectly fine with that too.
I would too, considering how long it's taken them to announce anything about this game at all.
Mm-hmm. Including the game.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But speaking of Kingdom Hearts, actual release date for 2.5.
That would be nice. That'd be very nice.
Yeah. So I can finally pre-order it.
Yeah, it's something that's been in the
Hopper.
in the hopper, so to speak, for long enough. It's time to be like, hey, it's coming out, this summer or whatever it is.
September probably.
Yeah.
I guess. But yeah, that's as far as expectations go. That's mine. I don't. Wild card ones though, I'm a little stuck on.
We can go back to the wild card thing as like just after.
I got mine, man.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Let's jump to James then. Expectations.
Expectations. Nintendo is going to do something stupid.
Okay.
Hold on. Hold the fuck on. When did they do that? Like, when was the last time they did something like that? Nintendo does nothing but make money right now. They basically print money.
Are you serious?
No, not at all.
Okay, I was
Not
about
even
to say,
kind of.
I was like, you sounded serious for a second, so I'm like, can you back this argument in any way, shape, or
Yeah,
form?
dude. They just put out Mario Kart 8, dude, on their fucking
The
system.
only
that six
thing
people
they have on their plate that actually looks remotely interesting and like it might make money is that Tamagotchi life thing. Like, I saw that and I was like, what the fuck? And then, okay, you know what? Yeah,
Sure.
okay, I kind of see it.
Yeah.
But it took like...
It's kind of.
It took some time to sink in.
It's kind of like the same thing that Animal Crossing has. It's like you don't.
Well,
know what
Animal
you're
Crossing,
looking at.
I was immediately interested. This was like I needed some time to recover, and then
What it was
and
is
then
you
I
need
was
like
a little interested.
You need like a defrag period after
I know.
you see the trailer. You're like,
It's so wacky. If you guys haven't seen the trailer for Tamagotchi Life, check it out. But it's wacky.
It is
specifically
weird.
watch the entire Nintendo Direct that they
When
did.
Yeah.
when they announced
Because
the
they kind of
American
had,
release of it.
they had like a whole long spiel on what it is, how it works. They kind of showed you some
Yes,
shit that you have to sleep with at night. And
yes,
you're like,
Yeah.
it doesn't make sense.
no, you're gonna watch if you see that Nintendo Direct and you're like, I get this game. You need to go fucking
Seek some mental help.
There's something fucking wrong with you.
But
Yeah.
at the same time, though, the whole like just wackiness of it.
That's
part of the
one of the things that
charm.
makes it interesting.
No, yeah,
it's
it's
part
I
of the
wouldn't say
charm.
charm. I wouldn't say charm, but it's what makes it interesting because
I
the
was
things that are supposed to be charming in that game are kind of fucking creepy.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
Like the creepy
Well,
voices.
Like, I'm gonna sit here and watch all my friends and just watch them because it doesn't seem like a game you play.
It seems kinda like
a
The
game you
Sims.
just watch.
It
yeah,
seems
you
like
just set things up to
recent.
happen. And
I'm
just
not
watch it
usually
play out.
into that kind of thing,
Yeah.
but this I'm still kind of curious about, and I don't know why. So, but as I was saying, that's like
I'm
the
picking it
one
up.
thing that Nintendo's done recently that they're thinking outside the box in the right way.
It's a relatively new idea from them. Yeah.
Yes, but for the most part, as far as conferences go, they have just fucking shit themselves.
Well, they
the
haven't
last
even
number
had a
of
conference last year. I don't think they had.
Well,
a
they
conference.
haven't had a presence at a conference.
Right, they just
they've
did the whole, like,
they've kind
online
of done
thing.
like a thing, but it's been
no,
stupid.
yeah, they did the Nintendo Direct last year. They
Is that
didn't
what they're
have a
doing this year?
conference. I don't
God
know.
only knows,
I
but
think they're doing another.
I'm
Nintendo
pretty
Direct
sure
type of deal.
whatever they do, it's going to be stupid.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's your expectation.
Yeah, that is my.
Or was that your wild card?
No, that was my expectation. I'm going in order here.
I want to throw in real quick since you brought in Nintendo. They're going to announce a new Zelda for the Wii U, and it's going to be more akin to Twilight Princess than Wind Waker or Skyward Sword.
That's your wild card because there's no fucking way it's going to happen.
There you go. Right. There's your wild card.
There's one of my wild cards. I'll think of a better one later.
So yeah, that's my expectation. It's just like, I mean, that's the high bet. That's the one in the hole. I mean,
right.
that's gonna happen.
That's the one that you can't go wrong
on. What was the middle one? What were we calling that?
What you want?
Yeah, basically.
What do I want? Like, I don't think this is gonna happen. It's something I wanted for a bit, just because they've got the power, they've got the resources, and it would be nice to see some real competition in the industry. I want Google to announce a console.
Damn.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
That'd be very interesting.
They'd be a real player in the industry.
Yeah, they're the ones that can push it.
It'd be akin to Sony coming in back when Nintendo and Sega were duking it out, and Microsoft coming in when Sony and
Nintendo. And still
Microsoft when it was
Dreamcast.
Yeah.
So Sega still. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, Microsoft jumping in when it was the PS2 dominating, and Nintendo jumping in when it was the PS1 and Sega CD.
You guys think we're going to hear anything, speaking of like consoles and stuff like that? Steambox, exactly.
I don't know. They're kind of shitting all over themselves, and they have been for a bit.
Well, it's just everything's stagnated with it.
Yeah.
There was a bunch of information. And
I heard a rumor, and it was just a rumor
a
while ago about Google moving into console territory, and it was legitimately a rumor. I heard that, and I got super fucking excited because it was like, this is what the industry needs.
I think so as well.
Real competition at the top level.
We haven't had a new player in the console market in
and there
while.
needs to be. Yeah. And
hold on.
To be.
There was the Ouya. You remember those games?
No.
No, me neither.
Yeah. I remember the name. I don't remember anything else about it.
I remember, I'm not to get too far off topic, but I guess it is E3. I'm pretty sure they had like a booth set up outside of E3 last year, and they're like, take that shit down. Get the fuck out of here. What are you doing?
Outside,
yeah, it was something along the lines like they were by the convention center. They weren't in it because they didn't have a fucking booth there, but they just set something up,
kind of passing out flyers. At the door. They got a tip jar out there, a donation guy ringing a bell.
They're like giving out Ouyas, like everybody who comes by, like, hey, have one, please take one. Like I could be wrong, but it was something along those lines where it was like, hey, take one of these, or like, hey, we have like a fucking
my kids need to eat.
We have something going on over here. You guys take, and then like the convention was like, hey, the fuck,
you need to leave.
Get out of here, you fuckers. And they're like, oh
man,
oh no.
To jump back though, sorry, not that I disliked the jump off a topic.
No, not at all.
I think that Google will be a serious player in the current console market because everything is moving towards obvious online transaction and downloading games. Mm-hmm. And they've already got that established. They have infrastructure there in the Google Marketplace.
Mm-hmm, the Google Play.
And as far as actually making consoles go, I don't know how good they would be at that, but they've got a ton of money.
They do have a ton of money.
And they could actually support it.
They've
got some really fucking smart people working for them.
Yes, they do. And minus the Google Plus thing, which we're not going to get back on.
I was talking about Google Play, but...
No, I'm talking about the Google Plus.
Oh, them just fucking up with social networking?
Exactly. Yeah. They, for the most part, have made smart decisions on who to put in charge of what.
Yeah.
Again,
well, not to mention, imagine something like... They are YouTube now.
Yes.
So imagine being able to capture video and immediately upload it to YouTube.
That and...
And they get some serious corners on the market.
What if they put out a console, they made that exclusive to their console?
Yeah. I mean, they could...
There might be some breaching some contracts, but...
They could do some really cool stuff is what it comes down to. If they actually entered the console game, I'm not suggesting that they corner markets or anything like that, but they could get some really cool stuff going.
Innovation would happen, which is something...
Innovation would happen just simply because there would be competition. Every single major jump in gaming has been when there is serious competition. When you only have two players, they reach a stalemate and they get there because they're happy.
Yeah.
But there's 3 players right now. Nintendo's doing so good. No, I absolutely agree.
It always gets to that point where there's two big players, and then
there's a third bastard.
A new guy comes on the block and completely changes the game, and things get exciting.
Yeah,
again.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And so I would really like it if it was Google this time. It seems like a good fit.
Yeah.
Another
Microsoft
player.
was a surprising game changer. I was not expecting.
No,
them to be
yeah.
as
When
good as they
the
were.
original Xbox came out, I was like, this thing,
Sony
why?
made perfect sense when they came in. It's like,
and they were already.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody knew about it. Oh, I don't know about nobody, but a lot of people didn't know they were working with Nintendo so closely with their next system, and then it just
fell through.
Fell through, and then so they're like, fine, we're gonna go do our own thing. So I mean, it made sense, like you said.
So this is something that, again, I wouldn't put it in the wacky, no fucking way it's going to happen, but I wouldn't be terribly surprised. I would be ridiculously excited.
Yes, that's the one thing that, I would be very excited if that happened.
Yeah.
I would be a little scared of the Google Plus implementation, but...
it would kick Google Plus off. I mean, it'd just be you got to.
You would be talking to a room full of gamers.
Yeah,
right.
They can just say, "How can we get people on Google Plus? We'll make it the freaking account system for our gaming console." There
that
we
actually
go.
wouldn't be bad. Yeah, instead of a gamer tag, you have your Google Plus account.
Yep.
Hopefully, they'd be able to give you,
less.
No, they could back the fuck up on the name thing and let me, use a name that I want.
Yeah.
I don't want to use fucking my first and last name.
Yeah, I would rather not as well.
I'm pretty sure they do something good with it.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, realistically, even on your Microsoft one has all of your Microsoft information in, which includes first and last name, but you're still running on your gamer tag. I'm sure they do something like that.
It's the same thing with like the PS4. When I add somebody, they see my gamer
handle,
my handle, and then I can actually, when it comes to the PS4, you can send them what's called a real name request. Which basically, if it's a friend, if I want to add you on PS4, instead of saying, your handle, it would be like Cody, then your last name. And then for the same thing for me, it would be like Zach and my first or my last name right after it. So it would have if you wanted to link it with your Facebook, it has your Facebook picture there instead of it's more of it becomes more of a social media type thing. But otherwise, once again, it's one of those things. If you don't want it, don't link your Facebook to it. It's good to go.
Yeah, and that's the way to do it.
It's no first name.
Force it down.
Yeah, that's what I like about the PS4. As far as that little implementation goes. If you want to see your friends, you actually see their first name, last name instead of being fucking Doomslayer. You're it's hey, it's Cody. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
not my handle.
That's Cody's handle. It's Doomslayer 42069.
Sniper.
360 no scope.
Right.
Yeah.
But so that would make me very happy. And then the what was the third one called?
The wild card.
Yeah, the wild card.
You're fucking
fucking way this is gonna happen, but it would be amazing. The new Half-Life.
Half-Life 3. Or what if they rebooted Half-Life? Holy shit. There's no Half-Life 3. They're like, oh, you know what? Guess what, fuckers?
No, I'm talking the continuation of the story where the last episode left off.
So Half-Life 3.
Hold on, would it be Half-Life 2 Episode 3 or Half-Life 3?
It would be Half-Life 2 Episode 3.
Okay.
I believe.
Okay.
Or Half-Life 3. Honestly, a continuation of the fucking story. I don't care if it's a new engine.
Whichever,
I don't care if it's whatever. Picking up where they left off. Oh my god.
Well, I mean, they have the new Source engine going for them.
Yeah, I mean...
But that story has been left hanging for how long?
Too fucking long.
Yeah.
And this isn't like fucking remaking Duke Nukem or some shit like that. This is, oh my god.
That's something...
It's time, guys, come on!
That's something I've always joked about as far as Half-Life 3 goes, is I want it to come out, and I want it to just fucking suck just to see the internet just cave in on itself, because they won't know what to do.
All I want is... a canon story. That's all I want.
Fair enough. It's just
even if it sucks, I just want it.
I just want it just for the joke to be over.
Because they were tying an aperture. They were just. I mean, it was heavily hinted at anyway. But
maybe Black Mesa.
Yeah,
that was a joke. Haha. Fat chance.
I want it. It's not going to happen. But
it would be nice.
I mean, the thing is, I don't think it would happen at E3. It would blow everybody's fucking minds if it did happen.
Where would it happen?
That's the thing.
Valve
they have
would make their own thing about it. That's what Valve does.
Okay. What if they did the whole thing just like last time, where nobody expects fucking Gabe Newell's fat ass to waddle onto the PlayStation stage, and then he waddles his fat ass onto the PlayStation stage with his neck beard and all. What if he waddles his fat ass out this time and is like, guys,
it's time.
Half-Life 3.
is coming out on the Steam box.
No.
First game.
No, he would just say, "Oh, yeah, at the Sony press conference."
Yeah.
That'd be great.
He just
and he's like,
says
"Fuck
hostage.
you guys, I'm out of here!" And like
Yeah.
security has to tackle him.
No more Valve games on any other console.
No, if they did announce it, he would just have to go out there and say, "Half-Life 3 confirmed," and that's all he would say, and he would leave.
Then a trailer.
Yeah.
Yep.
No. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you have to give a trailer.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if there's no trailer, it's not proof. It doesn't happen. It's not happening.
That's true. Everybody said it.
Yeah.
So
Or just 15 seconds of the name.
that's all he would need to do.
Yeah.
And then like they just have Freeman. Is that his name, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Gordon Freeman.
Gordon Freeman.
Yeah, right. Morgan Freeman walks up.
Titter sprinkles.
You haven't seen it? Look it up.
Yeah. Then Gordon Freeman just walks into the background of
Or they just show a crowbar.
Yeah, oh, that works even better. Yeah, they just have like a crowbar, fly across the screen.
and the glasses.
Yep.
That's
As
all
simple
you
as
need.
that.
Yeah.
And then just the
And
name.
then- Internet breaks.
Or even worse, crowbar, and broken glasses. What are they saying?
What does it mean? Is he hurt? Is he
man.
okay? Is he in the game?
Is he fixing his glasses with the crowbar?
Maybe.
Speculation
That's why they're
runs
broken, because he
rampant.
doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. He's
It's
like,
spectacle speculation.
oh, wow. Hashtag that, guys. That was amazing. Speculative speculation.
That's
That's a good one. I'm happy with that.
Oh,
That's fantastic.
Okay. What about you, Zach?
Looking forward to, I guess expectant is first. So expectant. I expect Ubisoft to come out here and put out an amazing fucking press conference like they have the past couple of years.
Yeah.
And me to just be like, I love Ubisoft.
Are they gonna apologize to PC gamers?
I hope
Hell
not.
no.
Fuck them. That's right. If you're a PC gamer, how's your Master Race doing right now? Is it broken? Sucks to be you.
Happy with every other game that works perfectly well.
No, good for them. I'm happy with all my stuff that works perfectly well as well. No, I'm definitely looking forward to
Division.
The Division. Yeah, that's going to be something. I'm looking forward to whatever the fuck new IPs they decide to put out. I really, really want. I want the Division details. I want them so bad. That's something I'm definitely excited about. Is any information on the Division?
Well, it did get delayed, so
That's
Are
fine.
you expecting a release date?
No,
Is-
no, not at all. Not expecting a release date. I'm expecting maybe a new trailer, maybe some more information, maybe a little more. But I mean, I'm not
I would
expecting
expect
maybe
more
like.
than just a trailer, personally, because they had full gameplay last year.
Well, that's fine. But I mean, I just want more of that. I want
Yeah.
more of the gameplay,
More
more
just
of the
what they've
trailer.
been doing lately.
Maybe even I mean, of course, it's not gonna matter to me, but like a playable demo on the floor for people to be able to touch it, get on their hands on it, play with it,
Get
mess
some
around with
impressions.
it, see how it's actually feeling.
That does seem like a little much, honestly.
No, I absolutely agree. It's a bit much, but I mean, that's the whole hands-on thing's a bit far.
Mhm.
But like at least some more information on it. That's
Yeah.
what I'm really looking forward
No,
to.
I would definitely include that. Excuse me, in the expectations part. 'Cause
Yeah.
they're gonna.
No, yeah,
They're gonna
Well,
have
something
the-
for it, definitely.
Yeah,
yeah, and I mean,
How far they go is...
that's completely up to them.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't have to flaunt it that much because it stole the show last year.
Mhm.
So, and they did that with Watch Dogs the year before, and they didn't show a whole lot the next year.
Yep.
So they might
Yeah.
do the same thing.
hey,
If
if it works, it works.
yeah, if it ain't broke. And all that.
But I also expect Sony to announce a new IP. Don't know what I have no idea.
From which studio?
I have no idea. I just expect Sony to come out and be like, "We have something new."
Okay.
I mean, that's why I'm saying I expect it because
Here's an odd question.
okay.
What to where are they marketing? Are they marketing? Excuse me. Marketing kids, marketing to adults,
I think-
casual gamers.
So is it going to be more akin to
I want it
Jack
to be, or
or
once again, it's as far as
Is
expectations
it going to be
go,
another Sackboy? Is
I
it
hope
going to
not.
be?
I hope it's going to be
another
something.
generic shooter.
I hope it's something almost Infamous-esque, something that's accessible to most audiences. But if you're a kid,
But
you're
is
going
it
to
as
enjoy
deep
it.
as you make it?
Exactly. If you're
That
a
would be
kid,
nice.
That
you're going
would
to
be
enjoy
very
it.
nice.
If you're an adult, you're going to enjoy it. You know, if you're casual, you can pop in, you can have some fun with
But
it.
if you're a hardcore gamer,
But if you're a
you can get
hardcore
something out of
gamer,
it.
There,
you
yeah.
could definitely play it for a long time and enjoy it.
That would be
I-
very cool.
It's one of those things. I feel like Sony has something that they haven't said yet.
Well, it's about time.
Yeah.
because I mean they haven't really put out a Sony exclusive new IP since The Last of
Well,
Us. But
especially
that's not really an IP in my opinion.
yeah.
No, that's a Naughty Dog.
Yeah, it's just a
Yeah.
Naughty Dog thing, which I
Yeah.
mean,
They've been doing They've been doing that since Uncharted. I
yeah,
mean,
it's kind of towing the line as far as technicalities.
On
is it
Uncharted,
really an
I'm
IP
a
or not.
weirdo in that it didn't really do anything for me.
I completely agree with you. I find it I'm sorry, internet, but I find it very overrated. It's cool looking, but it's not fun to me. I played all 3 of them. They're not my thing, not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
I mean, not to say that it's a bad game, just
I'm not saying it's a bad game at all. It just didn't do anything for me.
No, I'm in the complete same boat as you.
Yeah, and apparently I'm a weirdo in that because people go fucking nuts over it.
No, absolutely. My boss,
get it.
He throws stuff at me when I say it. He's like, "The fuck's your problem?"
Yeah,
I'm like, "Sorry, man." I put that in my expectations, and then I feel like there's one more expectation that I have. Sunset Overdrive. I want something from that on Microsoft's press conference, and I want it to look good. Because, goddamn it, I need a reason to turn on my Xbox One.
Fair enough.
And Netflix isn't doing it right now.
Get Amazon Instant Video.
Fair enough.
There's more stuff.
There you go. That's what I'll do.
I mean, you got to get a Prime account, but it pays for itself. I think it actually comes out to being cheaper than Netflix. And don't quote me on that.
Yeah, I'm sure. Well, realistically, I'm sure if
you pay by the year,
if you buy enough, especially
not to mention you get free 2-day shipping.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like if you buy enough on Amazon, at very least, it's going to pay for itself very quickly.
But we have that, and it's great. They got more stuff. Whatever Netflix doesn't have, they have.
So if you have both accounts, you're good on all sides.
It is fucking great having both, man. I gotta say.
All right, going back to Sunset Overdrive, though, that one. I was never terribly interested in that. Like, the trailer didn't do anything for me.
I mean, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I'm still not interested in it. I mean, I've seen a little bit of the gameplay stuff.
Yeah.
Still don't really care. But, I mean, hopefully...
Who's doing anything? Who's doing that?
Insomniac.
Okay.
So that's...
Ratchet and Clank.
Mm-hmm. That's their first game that's not going to be on the PlayStation for a long, long time.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I'll keep a watch on it just because, I mean...
it's hard for me in general to get into games that are still in dev. Just because until I actually have my hands on it, the release copy, all bets are off.
Well, no, that's the thing.
They can change the game so much. I've actually played demos of games, then played the release, and it was a completely different game. And so that's why I have so little to say on a lot of these things, just because... Yeah, it's so hard for me to get excited about a game that hasn't come out yet because I've been disappointed by it so many times. So a lot of the times I just completely avoid it until it's actually out. I have my own hands on it. That way I have zero expectations. Right. I go into it completely blank and form my own opinions. And there's games that have terrible critic reviews most people hate that I adore. Vanquish is one of those. Most people can't stand that game. It got fairly bad reviews. I like it. And I don't like most shooters, so I mean that's just an example on that.
Yeah, I thought Vanquish was pretty good personally.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
but I just wanted to add to the discussion as to why I'm not throwing in a whole lot.
Well, I mean, even with Sunset Overdrive, that's definitely not on my I'm excited for it list. That's just my expectation.
Yeah, you want to see something from it.
I mean, I don't give. Like I said before, I really don't give a shit about the game, and I didn't after seeing a trailer. But I expect them to put something out, and I do hope that it looks good enough for me to be like, hey, I have a reason to say Xbox on.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, it's about time. But I mean, at this point, what I'm excited for. No question about it. It's no secret. Kojima said that the trailer for Metal Gear Solid 5 is going to be hard to watch. I need to see what that means. I need to know what that means. I need it in my life. I need it to fill my eyeballs full of the happiness and the digital just joy or sorrow or tough to watchness of whatever it's going to be.
Metal Gearness, I think, would probably be the best way
to describe it. I guess that's definitely the best way to put it. Definitely looking forward to that. Looking forward to
maybe it's because they change the actor again.
Oh, that'd be amazing. Like, hey, guess what? It's tough to watch because you're gonna cry with happiness. David Hayter's back.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
That would be pretty funny.
Also looking forward to hopefully something on Far Cry 4. Once again at the Ubisoft conference, probably.
Fall Cry?
What?
Fall Cry?
Did I say Fall Cry? Okay, I wasn't sure if I actually said it. I'm a bit loopy, guys. I'm kind of tired, but we're doing good. Yeah. Far Cry 4. Definitely looking forward to at least a trailer. Something. Little snippet, little something.
Yeah, I would definitely expect to see that, especially since, I mean, that could be their division this year.
It could be.
Just as far as the way they presented the division last year, just the gameplay, it steals the show kind of deal. It wouldn't surprise me at all if Far Cry was that for them this year. I want to see some environments from it because they just said Himalayas, and I want to see what that looks like because that's a Far Cry from what they've been doing. So, yeah. It's a terrible joke, I know.
It was Bad.
To add something else to my expectant category, actually, I think about it, I expect something terribly stupid to happen at the Ubisoft press conference.
It happens every year.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. And I also expect them to have a terrible fucking host who's going to suck terribly. Aisha Tyler wasn't bad. The caffeine guy before that was fucking horrible.
Oh my gosh,
he was the most obnoxious person in the world. And then I don't think there's anything else it's on my my looking forward to. I mean, everything else kind of for me is definitely a wild card type thing.
Okay.
My wild cards, I want at the Ubisoft press conference. I'm kind of showing a little bit of too much love to Ubisoft right now. I'm not intending
riding
to.
on the Ubisoft.
That's
there.
an important
once again, I'm
conference.
not intending to, but I mean, this just happens to be one of my wild cards as well. Is they showed a fucking trailer for it 107 years ago, Beyond Good and Evil 2. God damn it, give it to me. My body is ready. I need this in my life. Another wild card to contrast James. Nintendo doesn't shoot themselves in the dick.
Oh, hey, there we go.
They come out and they're like, "Hey guys, we got some. Guess what we have? We have games this year. Check them out. Look, you can actually play them on the Wii U."
No, watch, they're gonna make a new system.
Another wild
That's
card.
way better than most PS4 and the One.
It's like the most powerful thing in
And
the world.
No, I was gonna say like an even dumber system. It's more expensive.
Oh, okay.
It's dumber and more expensive. You have like a tablet, and your secondary controller, which you have to have, is another tablet
That connects into the Wii U,
Which is also VR.
and then connects to your
and the Wii balance
to your
for it.
TV
Yeah, and then you have the Wii
They're
balance
going to
board.
keep the balance for it.
And you have to stand on it at all times. All games
to
require
make sure
it.
you're exercising.
Exactly.
Yes.
And then
when you turn it on,
How many games do you have for it? Oh, it's gonna have Yoshi
Yoshi's gonna be there. Don't
it's
worry.
going to have Nintendo games.
and Donkey
Don't
Kong.
worry. We have Nintendo games. What about the third party? We have Donkey Kong though. Do you understand that, Jeff Keighley? We have Donkey Kong.
Have you ever
goddammit.
heard of a kid called Ness?
Oh, that'll be interesting.
Ooh, that's
New
a nice
Earth
little wild
game.
card.
You have to do the flips.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, so that's one of my wild cards. Is Nintendo?
Let's take a break.
Nintendo comes out and they don't just shit on themselves.
Yeah, that's a good wild card.
And then
Very wild.
Fallout 4. I'm going with you on this one. I want it to happen so bad. It's unlikely. Also, I want a little bit of a wild card, a little bit of a personal preference. I want the Call of Duty trailer to be received with a chorus of boos. I think that would be the most amazing thing.
It won't happen just because Kevin Spacey. It won't happen.
Fair enough.
It just won't.
I just want it to happen. I want the whole crowd to be like, boo!
Like,
Throwing trash on
The trailer will
stage.
suck the entire way through, and then at the end, Kevin Spacey will say something, and everybody will go fucking nuts again.
Yeah.
So.
Go ahead.
I was gonna completely jump topics. I want Rockstar, because apparently they're gonna be at E3 this year.
Uh-huh.
I want them to announce either Bully 2 or another Red Dead game. I want that to happen.
There was, not to go too far off of that, but there were rumors of the Red Dead finally being ported to PC. There was like some kind of like a listing somewhere or something. I don't remember exactly what it was, and I'm sorry for the scares on the details on that one. Mm-hmm. But they said that it was, once again, something along those lines of it being kind of like leaked as like, hey, it's the thing. But I mean, they said that
I haven't heard about that.
It was something on like the PSP specs or something. Once again, like I said,
I'm just going to
be shitting all over myself as far as
that.
how it sounds. But
Okay.
I remember that being a thing a couple weeks ago.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't hear about that.
Yeah,
I'm not
About time.
I'm not sure of how great a Red Dead sequel would be, simply because of how great that game was. Had a lot to do with the character.
I'll give you that.
lot to do
it would
with
be
the
a
character.
hard topic, but I mean, they're gonna do another Red Dead game. It's become another GTA for them.
And this isn't going to be a spoiler thing, but if you haven't played Red Dead, fuck you. Go play the goddamn game. It's like $6. You can pick it up anywhere, and it's so good.
Yeah, you're doing yourself an injustice by not playing that game.
Yeah.
That's top 5,
Like,
if not top 2 games of this generation or last generation.
For me, it is just my opinion. Once again, so nobody freak out here, but I mean, it is my number one as far as
It's up there for
last
me,
gen,
yeah.
or I guess the 360 PS3 era.
Yeah.
That's my number one game.
Yeah.
So I think it's fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, and even if you're like, a lot of people had this criticism, they didn't want to touch it because of it. It's not Grand Theft Auto in the Old West.
No, it's
like
not
that.
Grand Theft Horse by any stretch of the
No,
imagination.
it's nothing like that. It has nothing to do with Grand Theft Auto. It vaguely kind of plays like Grand Theft Auto in the fact that you have a gun and you can point it. Other than that, it's nothing like Grand Theft Auto.
You dismount horses and shoot guns.
By pressing the triangle or Y button. So, I mean, that's super similar.
Yeah.
But, I mean, other than that...
Sometimes there's stagecoaches.
There are. Yeah, you can rob them. No, must be like Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a fantastic game.
Yeah,
it's
absolutely. If you haven't played that needs to be remedied immediately.
Yeah, it's something that you need to fix it because it's at this point it's cheap enough that you can definitely buy it at a really good price. It's worth the price of admission at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, it'd be really hard to top the character development that they had because John Marston was so well done. He's one of my favorite characters of all time.
In a game ever.
Yeah.
Because he had such like a depth to him.
Yeah.
Like, it was a really impressive way.
And you could just connect with the character as well, which is very difficult to accomplish in a game.
Yeah,
if that makes sense. Like, that doesn't happen in a lot of games. People rarely put that much work into a character in a game.
It was equal parts an amazing script and just all Rockstar, and then they hired the perfect voice actor for that character.
For all of them. Like, really, there was, I mean, not everyone had a perfect voice actor, but like
there were a few that were kind of
campy, kind of goofy. But I mean, everybody, like, from top to bottom, like, there was never a point where you're like, this is just fucking dumb.
Yeah.
Like, this guy's doing a terrible job.
I mean, I wasn't a huge fan of all the stuff in Mexico, but that was like...
Yeah, Mexico was definitely good. Like, every time, not to go back on what I'm saying here, like, to backtrack at all, but, like, Mexico's definitely that part of the game that when I go back and play it, I'm like, oh, God damn it. I just want to get past this now.
But the ride into Mexico is one of the best parts of the game.
One of the, like, especially, once you finish the mission, like, you're riding on a horse.
It's kind of one of those moments in gaming where it's just like, everybody has to experience that moment.
Yeah. It's definitely
it's
something
one of those
special.
Types of things.
Yeah, it's one of those things, and I mean,
it just stands out.
Once again, not to spoil anything, but the ending, holy fucking shit!
Yeah.
That was one of the most like powerful things in gaming for me personally. Like it was one of those things I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
For me, it's definitely up there with like The Walking Dead, the Telltale game. For those of you who have played it, it's up there with like how just gripping it was for me. It's something that. It grabbed me and like it just took me on an emotional ride. It was like, guess what, fucker? Your emotions are mine for a while.
You're gonna feel.
You don't want to feel? Guess what? Fuck, you're gonna feel. But also, Bully 2.
Yes.
Holy shit!
I want that to happen. I loved Bully 1. It was such a good game.
It was fun.
It was. I mean, it was goofy, but I mean, it was Rockstar goofy.
But it's just like, I definitely agree, and I definitely want another one. But it came out in a different time.
Yes, completely.
Yeah, it did.
That was a long time ago.
Did,
and I mean, that's.
Wasn't it cross console with the original Xbox?
Yes, it was. I played it on PS2 originally.
Yeah.
I played it on PS2. Then I played the Scholarship Edition.
Yeah, they ported it over to 360.
But I mean, I feel like honestly nowadays that would get more fucking flack than GTA. Going around to school and bullying and beating people up.
Just the name alone.
Yeah. If they
even just named it something else.
If they went with like Bulworth Academy or something, you might be able to like tweak it.
Rebranding of it. This is that would probably be a smart thing to do.
Yeah, putting out a game called Bully in this day and age, it's dicey.
People would freak out. Yeah. I just then a Bully-esque type game.
No, I don't. There's no point arguing it, but yeah, definitely it would be Bully 2, but under a different branding.
It would be the spiritual successor.
Right, of course. It's not.
Yeah, that's what I want.
Yeah.
It's not Demon Souls 2, it's Dark Souls.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's not Demon Souls 3, it's Dark Souls 2.
Yeah.
It's one of those. It's not the same game. It's the same game, but it's a different name.
Yeah, and I mean, a lot of people are expecting, since Rockstar does have a presence at E3 this year, they're expecting it to be
like a virtual presence, or
no, they're actually going to be there.
Are they bringing gifts?
Yes.
That kind of presence?
Yeah, they're going to be with Valve and they're going to bring cake.
Is it a lie?
That's what we're going to find out. Yeah. A lot of people are expecting it to be...
It's going to be exclusive. It's going to be exclusive on the XP Grind podcast. You're going to find out whether or not there was cake.
So stay tuned.
And if Rockstar brought it.
Yeah.
And if it was good.
They're expecting it to be them
announcing... Rockstar flavored cake.
God damn it.
It would be like whiskey. Doused in whiskey, and here you go.
No, Rockstar.
Oh, okay. Like you mean like the actual Rockstar energy drink?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Rockstar flavored cake.
Would it be punch though, or would it be like regular?
Regular.
I don't like regular Rockstar. And sorry.
Can I say what I want to say?
We're going way too far here. Go ahead.
A lot of people are expecting it to be,
Rockstar cake.
Yes, and them announcing the port of GTA 5 to the new consoles and
fingers
PC.
fucking crossed.
I wouldn't be opposed to them announcing that, obviously, because, I mean, they make more money on it, so
yeah, but they
why
could
not?
announce that on their fucking website. I mean, that's
exactly.
really... That's not E3 news.
It's not
a lot of
going
stuff.
to E3, because they never go to E3.
Mm-mm.
That's why I'm like, okay, something's going to happen with it.
You'd hope so.
That's what I expect.
Maybe it's like the new Warriors.
That
was a good game.
Not that good.
I liked it.
Not E3.
No, not E3 good, but I mean, that was definitely a good game.
Oh, you know what it is? New Midnight Club.
That's what it is.
Don't get my hopes up.
Ugh.
Dub Edition, like Turbo HD Remix.
There you go.
Ultra. I have to add Ultra in this beginning now.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Ultra Super.
Yeah, Ultra Super.
Well,
Or table tennis, too.
yeah, shut up. From what I actually hear, I've never played the game. Heard it's a really fucking solid game.
I haven't played it either.
But getting away from that.
What, table tennis?
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I'm getting away from. I'm still sticking on Rockstar. Do you think they're going to have like their own kind of press event, or do you think they're going to make whatever it is that they announce on Sony or Microsoft stage? Or, my wild card, they come out on Nintendo's stage, like GTA 5
shit.
or GTA 6 exclusive on the Wii U. No, do you think...
on Nintendo's new console.
Right, the Nintendo Wii 2. Wii U 2, excuse me.
Wii U 2? Wii U XYZ 2?
Wii 2.
Yeah.
Oh. The Nintendo Wii.
Oh, man.
They're just like, fuck it, let's just go with it at this point.
Yeah.
Everyone already makes dick jokes about it. The Nintendo dick.
Wii U.
I don't know. That's a good question, though. Just
Do they come out on their own terms, or do they come out...
it'll be whoever wants to pay them the most money.
It's
think.
a matter of posturing at that point.
Yeah, no, but typically...
My guess...
Sony.
I was going to say Microsoft. They need stuff right now.
I agree, but historically, right, Microsoft or Sony and Rockstar always...
They've been friendly, but it's E3's always been the stuff when this kind of thing
No,
switches.
I definitely agree. Speaking of things switching and also Sony, who's going to be doing the press conference this year?
Oh, instead of Jack Trenton, that's right, yeah.
The man that I used to, I mean, he was always awesome on stage. He was always, he had a lot of...
I don't know.
he just, the way he did things, it worked. But
I mean, is it going to be the new guy? I don't even know who the new guy's name is.
also, Microsoft, they're going to have that new guy out there, I'm sure, as well.
Phil Spencer's been out there the last couple of years, though.
Has he?
Yeah.
To be perfectly fair, haven't watched the
He's
Microsoft
usually
press
the guy that
conferences.
runs it.
Okay.
So that'll be normal for them.
Which new guy is this at Microsoft?
Phil Spencer. Because the guy that...
He got pushed up.
Yeah, who was that douchebag that used to be in charge? I can't remember his name.
I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name off the top of my head either.
He's got a stupid-looking face.
Yeah, he sure does. He's the jackass who said if you have a...
Oh my god! Yeah, we have
an offline console. It's called the Xbox.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy.
Oh my
that
God.
guy. Yeah, he's
I'm
not
gonna
in
look up
charge
his name
anymore.
real quick, but go
okay,
ahead.
go ahead. He actually was the one that ran it last year, but Phil Spencer kind of like ran a third
Is this
of it.
the guy who's been in charge of...
He's the one that ran it into the ground.
The other guy? Or
Yeah.
Phil Spencer did. Oh, he's got a good stage presence.
Is this the guy who's been in charge of the releases on the free releases on Gold,
Gold?
lately?
Yeah.
Oh my god, there's been an improvement in that lately.
Yes, he's pretty much as soon as he got put in charge, things in Microsoft started getting good.
Yeah, and the switching over the what you get
The Gold,
yeah,
with Netflix and all
Yeah.
that good stuff. Yeah. He was the guy that was in charge of that. Or at least gave the impression of it. When he got
Don Matrick?
yes,
Is that his name?
That was the
That just came
douchebag
back.
name.
I didn't actually find it either.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
that was
happy
the
about that.
douchebag.
That's the
name.
douchebag, not the cool guy.
No, yeah,
No,
that is
that's-
that is the guy who went to Zynga, right?
Yes.
Is that where he is now?
Yeah.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah, because
Fuck Zynga.
Yeah.
Listening to a Zune.
Yeah.
Forgot about Zoom.
He still has one. He's like,
I never
I
forget
will
about
never
things like
even. I
Never
love
forget.
it. It's so
Yeah.
good.
Don't ever forget about things like the Zune.
Never forget.
You know, there's people with like a Zune tattoo.
I'm sure there are.
Yes.
There have to be. It's one of those
loyalists.
things. Microsoft came out with it like, this is gonna be the new thing, man. And they got a tattoo, and they're like,
It's gonna take iPod down.
oh, I just need a black square here now. I just want you to cover this up with a black square. Please, just make it go away.
Turn into a QR code.
Yeah. That'd be amazing.
No, but Phil Spencer, I mean, he's got a good stage presence. So Microsoft's press conference should be good,
Yeah.
as long as
I
they
hope.
have good content. I mean, that's what it comes down to. But
Watch, he's like a terrible public speaker.
no, he's been at the last 4.
Hi guys.
Now he just has like
he's like
completely
shaking.
nervous because he's in charge now. That would be entertaining. In
Or
the wrong kind of way.
He pulls like the other. I can't remember the old executive, but the one that got GTA 4 and Halo both tattooed on his arms.
Oh, Phil Moore?
Yeah, but then he comes out and he does something really dumb. He like has like the Destiny tattoo, and then Bungie's like, "Oh, about that, guys. It's actually gonna be a couple months later. Got delayed." And he's like, "But I got a fucking tattoo, guys. I was trying to be cool."
The release?
No, but then like saying he does that. Like that's what ends up happening. That's what ends up shitting the bed for Microsoft on their press conference. He comes out and does it.
Through.
Should never get a date tattooed.
No.
Yeah.
If anything's not set in stone, it's a date.
It's never set in stone.
Yeah, but like, yeah.
Yeah, no, he just like favorite E3 moments when he did that with the GTA thing. That was so cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was when he was who was he with? Was he still with Microsoft at that point?
I believe so.
Yeah, and then
I'm
he
pretty
jumped
sure it
over
was
to
Microsoft.
EA Sports,
Mm-hmm.
and
It's in a game.
he was never heard of again, or never heard from again.
They buried him
Yeah,
in a coffin full of pine, not made of pine. It was like there was just a coffin.
It was just a block.
Yeah, it wasn't really much of a coffin. It was a square thing, but they like filled it with pine. And they put him in it, and they buried him, and they set it on fire. It was a pyre.
that explains why I haven't heard from him.
Yeah.
If it was a pyre, why'd they bury it?
Because they had to put it out,
Okay.
and they already put it underground. So like, fuck it, just bury it. That's how they put it out. The end.
There'd be some airflow issue with it.
Yeah, probably. But anyways,
Stupid conversation.
it happens, man. It happens.
It does.
What else? What else? Like, I mean, as far as who's going to be talking for who? I mean, like when it back to PlayStation, who do you think's going to be the ones that going to come out there? My thing. Here's my hope. Another wild card here. I'm gonna throw a bunch of wild cards because fuck it, I can do that. I'm the host. God damn it, I can do whatever the fuck I want. Kevin Butler walks on stage. He's a new motherfucker. He does everything.
I thought there was an issue with them. Like one was suing the other or something like that.
No, yeah, they were having some issues because he had the Kevin Butler character.
Copyrighted or something.
Well, I don't know exactly what that was about, but I mean, he used the same character of Kevin Butler, but he was in an ad for something else, something that wasn't Sony related. So that was what the issue with that was.
Oh, now that you mentioned that, I do remember that. Okay.
Yeah, it was something along those lines.
Yeah, it was like some random commercial or something like that.
Yeah, and he was just like he was playing the character of like the VP of whatever the fuck this.
Of Sony operations of whatever.
Yeah, but he was doing that
title
for let's just say Kevin Butler, VP of Subway
Doritos.
Sandwiches. Yeah, whatever the fuck it is. But yeah, that was what happened with that.
That was something that I do miss.
Kevin Butler was awesome.
Yeah, that was a good advertising campaign.
My favorite, once again, going back to like E3 moments that you're just like, boom, stand out for you, was the whole Kevin Butler speech about we're not loyalists to one system or the other. We're gamers. That's what we are. We're gamers, and we stand united as gamers. That was really cool.
That was a good speech. Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, it was written for him, but he delivered.
Of course. Yeah. Of course. I mean,
well.
there's no doubt about it. I mean, I don't think he writes any of his own stuff.
No.
He's just a good actor.
Yes.
But it worked out very nicely.
Yeah. But going back to the question, it wouldn't surprise me if what's his name, Mark Kearney, the guy that developed the PS4. It wouldn't surprise me if he was out there for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what exactly he would do since he was just kind of like on contract to help with the PS4.
Okay.
My guess as far as who's going to actually run it would be whoever's the guy that they put in charge now, because he hasn't. I don't know his face. They need to put a face on that. That's the place to do it.
Yeah, E3 is the place to put faces on. your industry,
the name
dudes. Yeah.
So that would be my guess as far as who's going to run Sony's conference.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, overall, do you still think Ubi's going to steal the show?
That's hard.
No, I don't.
Think it's going to be somebody else?
I think Rockstar.
I think it's time for somebody else to step up.
I think Rockstar's going to do it.
Just by them showing up?
Yes. I think since they never show up, I think whatever they have to announce is going to steal the show.
No, what it's going to be, if you're going to throw something
you're
out,
going to say Nintendo.
No. if you're going to say your trailer's going to be hard to watch, Metal Gear has to steal the show.
Where's that going to happen?
But
though?
not everybody's.
I have no idea.
Not everybody's that excited about that, though.
No, I mean that honestly.
In fact,
a
lot of people still have bad taste in their mouth after the game or the pre-game or whatever the hell you want to call it.
Yeah.
If you bought,
I'm not one of them.
No, I know you're not.
I'm just saying
a
lot of people.
But if you're,
a lot of people are that way.
If you're one of the people who bought Metal Gear
Ground
Zeroes and expected a full game, go shoot yourself in the fucking foot and pay attention.
Do your research.
Yeah, I mean from the get-go, this is going to be a bite-sized portion. This is going to be like a mission.
Well, then why'd it cost $40?
Because it's on a disc. Fuck you, that's why. Like, I mean, you could have bought the last-gen version for $20 digitally, $30 for next-gen digitally.
Yeah.
Suck it, that's why. It's a game.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's why I don't see that one.
No, I mean, I definitely don't actually expect that to be a
Where do
show
you think
stealer.
the trailer's going to happen, though?
Konami stage? Don't they have one?
I don't think so. I don't think
They did a couple years ago. They did their own like Nintendo Direct type deal.
Well, Phantom Pain, that was advertised at Microsoft's conference last year. That was
Yeah, but it wasn't like right around the corner.
No, but when it was like announced, that was like, I mean, it was leaked beforehand. But when they announced the first, or
yeah,
showed
you're right.
the first
That
trailer,
was definitely
at
Microsoft
conference. So you think they're going to do that again?
I have no idea. Like, I don't know where it's going to be done. I don't have any real ideas. I mean, I feel
guess.
It might.
It's going to be Microsoft again.
I'm looking at it like this. If they did the reveal trailer with Microsoft, they're probably going to do their next trailer with Microsoft. It just makes sense. I mean, at least in my mind, why would they kind of flop back and forth between consoles? I mean, of course, it's going to look
diversity.
Good. It's going to look good, and it's going to diversify. But I mean, I feel like Microsoft probably signed them into like, hey, you fuckers are gonna, if you're gonna debut it here, you're gonna fucking end it up here
and get Jack Bauer.
Yes, get Jack Bauer. We need Jack Bauer. Yeah, I think it's probably
Jack Bauer uses Windows.
But yeah, I feel like if they're gonna, if they started it with Microsoft, they're gonna end it, so to speak, with Microsoft.
Okay. Well, same question to you, James. What you asked me. Who do you think's gonna steal the show?
Google.
Oh, okay. So you're sticking with your Google's gonna ask.
No, I honestly have no idea.
I don't think I
Ubi continuing to steal it would be kind of boring.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Is I do think Ubi's going to not necessarily step down willingly, but they're going to be dethroned this year.
I think they're going to try.
They're going to put up a good show, but I think whoever's going to steal the show is going to be expecting what they've been continuing to deliver.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, another thing that I expect to see: Assassin's Creed Unity trailer. They announced the damn game. They have to show a trailer at this point.
Yeah.
It's just one of those. I mean, it's not. Once again, it's not something I'm excited about. It's just that's what they're going to do. They're going to show that trailer.
Yeah, absolutely.
At the end.
Absolutely. Yeah, of course they're going to touch on it. It's Assassin's Creed and Ubisoft. Yeah, they're going to do it.
As far as who I think is going to steal the show, I really don't know. It's going to be whoever announces. I guess that was kind of a stupid thing to even think about saying. What I was going to say is whoever announces...
What are you thinking about, Zach?
Well, I was going to say something fucking dumb, but I was going to say whoever announces, the next IP that looks really good. But yeah, no fucking shit. That's obviously what it's going to be. But I mean, as far as who, I think EA might actually have a good show this year. I don't know why.
That's a disturbing idea.
I think between Inquisition and the possibility of ME4.
That's exactly what I was about to say. Is they are going to announce Mass Effect 4. That's gonna happen this year.
Speculation.
Yeah, that would be potentially very awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, they're gonna have a lot of Inquisition stuff, so EA could have a very solid conference this year.
If
their only problem is they can't get off of that damn sports wagon. They spend half their show on their sports stuff every year. And
they do.
I don't care. I don't care.
I don't care, but I mean, a lot of people do. But it's one of those things.
The wacky thing is, it's a big moneymaker.
Mm-hmm.
But
they don't need to advertise it for it to be a moneymaker.
Yeah, well, they specifically don't need to advertise it at E3.
Exactly.
I'll give you that 100%.
The sports people aren't watching E3.
No, they're not.
The people that buy those games aren't there, aren't watching the conference. Mm-mm. It's like, what the fuck, guys? Do you understand the demographic you're marketing to?
The thing is, who is watching E3 is NHL, NFL, whatever other contracts they have nowadays. UFC now.
They're supporters.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's who's watching E3.
Yes.
That's why they're like,
and
hey.
The backers. That's what I'm looking for.
Unfortunately. But last year it made sense because that was a showcase for what graphically the new consoles can do, what their games look like on the next generation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It made sense last year.
Which was rather disappointing, I might say.
I remember specifically the Madden trailer. I was looking at it like, this looks like a fucking arcade game.
Yeah.
This looks like poop.
Wacky looking.
Yeah.
I mean, once again, something that I don't know if you might care. I know James doesn't give a shit about, but the UFC gameplay trailer came out. Yeah. That game looks phenomenal. Like, just from a graphic standpoint, it looks phenomenal. So
I've seen screens. I haven't seen the trailer yet. So
it looks
I don't know.
Yeah. I always thought that was kind of odd because EA Sports games in particular, they've always been kind of showstoppers as far as how they looked.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that was just particularly odd that they kind of look like shit.
in their
the
tech
Madden one
demo
specifically,
thing.
Yeah.
And Live did too, but they've been kind of
Live was just a shit game in general, though.
and it's been stuck like that for a while.
I never fucking played it, so it could be the best game. But from what I heard and what I've seen, and
that might just be compared to 2Ks. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna talk about something I have no idea about.
But yeah, I think if
EA, just to interrupt real quick, if EA gets off their fucking sports bandwagon, they could have a very, very, very good show this year.
I don't even think they have to get off their sports bandwagon. It's just one of those things.
I think they do.
They don't. They should, but they're not going to.
Either way, it's not going to happen. Yeah,
that's what it comes down to. It's not going to happen. The NFL and the NHL and the fucking UFC, they put way too much money into this company to let them be like, no, you're gonna fucking show something at the show. It's a big fucking show.
Unless they have like a new IP from one of those companies that they own that's like, okay, it just blows everybody's mind. It's like the quote unquote stupid question you were going to ask, if whoever has the new IP that blows everybody's mind. If EA's that company, as long as with Mass Effect and a ton of Inquisition stuff that blows everybody's minds, then yeah, sure. If they can have their 15-20 minutes of EA Sports stuff, and I'll still be excited for it.
Here's the thing. This is why I think EA is going to do it, because I don't think if Ubi doesn't steal it this year, it's going to be EA, because you're going to have something that I'm sure none of us are terribly interested in, but Battlefield Hardline. Something that people care about. Shooter fans love it.
Fair enough.
It's got what sport, or it's got what
care about it.
It's got what Plants crave.
It's got what Plants crave. Other than you got possibility of Mass Effect 4. That's a huge fucking. That's a showstopper in and of itself.
Speaking of Plants vs Zombies, I think they have that, don't they?
But people are going to be asking the question: is it going to fix the Mass Effect 3 ending?
I don't know, and I don't care.
I hope.
Neither do
I.
I think
there was nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, the Mass Effect 3 ending was good.
Yes, it was.
And if you have a problem with that, fuck you.
Send us an email.
Yes, send us an email.
No reply.
It's mike@gmail.com.
And plus you have Dragon Age Inquisition. You have.
I am looking forward to that game so much.
It looks
so not at all.
Why? Just because Dragon Age 2?
Yeah.
I'll give you that. Dragon Age 2 is poop, but you can always turn the game around.
I hope so. I'm
not saying they will.
Yeah.
But pretty sure they won't.
I have high hopes for it, but I'll be
Battlefront. Star Wars Battlefront, that's still a fucking game.
Yeah, that is a thing.
Also, they have a game, Star Wars...
Mirror's Edge. That's
Mirror's Edge
one.
2.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mirror's Edge 2.
Yeah,
so
DICE.
For some reason, I was like, that's Ubisoft. No, it's not fucking Ubisoft, stupid.
DICE.
Shut up.
Yeah.
And then they also have... oh, fuck, I completely forgot. Oh, they said they had a contract going with Visceral Games to make a Star Wars game as well.
Really?
Yes, that was the thing.
Did
that was
Disney
announced.
not cut that off?
Not that I know of. I doubt it. I don't think they would at this point.
Okay.
As far as I know, that's still a thing. I never heard of it being canceled. And I mean,
well, do you have any sort of like premise for it? Like, what?
No. All they said was like these
people are making
these studios have a Star Wars game in production. Visceral Games was one of them.
That would be interesting.
Also, Battlefield Hardline is made by Visceral Games this time around.
Not DICE?
It's not DICE. It's not a DICE game. It's Visceral Games.
Is it going to be like third person or is it going to be first person?
I have no idea.
I hope third person in like Dead Space.
That'd be fantastic. Like Battlefield Hardline in space. By the way, it's Dead Space 4. But we did it right.
And you have to dismember them.
There's also aliens.
By the way, we're also going to call it Dead Space 4. We're going to Battlefield Hardline, which is a working title. It's now called Dead Space 4. Yeah, I think those are the things that are really exciting, and I think that's what's going to...
Yeah, EA could have... I didn't even think about that before this even started. EA could have a really, really good press conference this year.
I mean, they're going to take their time with the sports shit. As long as it's like 15 to 20 minutes tops of their hour-and-a-half long conference, hour-long conference.
As long as they knock it all out at once.
Yeah, frankly, I'd be like, I want you guys to start off with the sports shit.
So
because that way,
I can go
get a fucking soda, whatever. I can come back, you guys will be done. I think that would be the best way to go about it.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, at that point, they could absolutely steal the show with no problem.
They could.
They have plenty of stuff in the hopper.
At the same time, it seems like we have this conversation every year about EA. They always have something in the hopper that's like, this could be really, really good, and then they don't deliver on their show. It's like they just end up as like last
just from
year.
The sheer number that you mentioned, there's no way they could fit all of that.
No,
I'm not. What are they going to fit? What they think is going to be the moneymaker, rather than
Battlefront's going to be
what could be interesting.
Battlefront, they absolutely will mention. They mentioned it last year.
It
was very, very brief.
Yeah, that's the thing. With last year, it was just like Star Wars Battlefront. That was it. They just strode the fucking name. People were like, "Oh my fucking god!" And like this year they have to show.
I shit my pants.
Yeah,
I need new pants.
This year they have to at least show something.
They do.
Assuming they've been fucking working
has
on it.
to
They
look
didn't just
good.
throw it out there like, oh fuck guys, remember what we're supposed to be working on? Battlefront.
Yeah.
Fuck, we've been putting all of our time into
Oh man,
fucking...
get the
Trying to fix
stormtrooper
that
helmet on. I'll
filthy-
take a picture.
Yeah. That's all it would take. They need to show a lot more Mirror's Edge. People would freak the fuck out over that.
It's gonna come out when it's ready.
Yeah. But then, if they want to steal the show.
No, absolutely, I agree.
Yeah.
The other possibility is that something negative could steal the show.
That's a good point.
Do you have anything like in particular in mind, or are you just throwing that out there? Because I mean, it's definitely a
I've
possibility.
got something in mind.
Is it a good one?
I don't think it's
Did somebody shit their pants on stage? Is that what you're thinking?
necessarily negative, but
Okay.
a lot of people would think it would be. I think it would be a great move.
Okay.
And I brought it up a number of times. Nintendo pulling out of the console game and just becoming a developer.
You think they would announce that
That's
at
what I'm-
E3 though?
That's exactly what I was
If they
thinking.
had a string of titles ready,
That would be interesting.
because they haven't been working on dick else.
Yeah, that would be
But they just put out Mario Kart 8.
Exactly.
on their system. That there's that would be interesting. That's a wild card for sure.
Absolutely
Holy
is.
shit.
It would be a show stealer too.
Okay,
What?
here's the thing.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and interrupt real quick. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
But here's the show stealer right here from Nintendo. Super Smash Brothers available on all systems.
Yeah.
Could you imagine the sound of the world shitting its pants
Yep.
all at once?
I would for sure.
I would absolutely. It would be
And
a
I mean,
mess.
they'd still have LTS for their current systems
Mhm.
because they would. I mean, there's no reason not to.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're
That
done.
would
They're done
be
with consoles.
so
They're going to become a
fucking
developer,
awesome.
Yeah.
and yeah, that's the long and short of it. That's what they've been working on. Because again, what the fuck else have they been working on? What are they doing with all of their time? They've got
Even better than Smash Bros. Zelda
exactly
on your PS4 and Xbox One
Yeah,
coming
it's
this
just-
fall. We've been developing it.
They
in
make
secrecy.
good games.
Yes, when
They have good
they're not
characters.
distracted by their
They're
consoles.
dumbass consoles.
and their little wonky gimmicks.
yeah.
That's what I mean by their consoles.
Mhm.
Yes.
So it just
That would be
E3
awesome.
would be the place to announce a
If,
string
again,
of titles.
Yeah, I was gonna say if they do make that announcement, getting out of the console market. One question though, would they get out of the handheld market? Because that's something
No.
that's in a ton of
No,
money.
no. The handheld market makes sense. I'm talking specifically consoles.
Okay.
But continuing development on console games.
That would
That's
that would
never
be a
been
good,
something that they've been bad at when they actually put their energy towards it.
and then,
Yeah.
and they have a small staff comparatively to like Sony or Microsoft. They don't have a lot
Yeah.
of people to be doing
Well,
what they're trying to do.
Mostly that's because that Sony and Microsoft, they acquire studios. Who does Nintendo have?
They have Rare or not
the
Rare
Retro.
Retros. Thank you.
That's it.
yeah,
And then they
Which
have
is-
Nintendo.
Oh
That
man,
would be-
does the name apply?
Mm-hmm.
They need that would be a good announcement from them if they acquire a big
Oh.
name studio like an Insomniac or like a Sucker Punch or something like that. That would be.
Oh, if they acquired Sucker Punch, I'd fucking cry.
Well,
Like, man,
no,
that was all the good
not,
games.
Not Sucker Punch specifically.
No, just an example like that.
Yeah.
That's why Rockstar's there. They were acquired by Nintendo.
But while some people would...
That would never
No,
happen.
Rockstar actually acquired Nintendo. They just spent the money they made on GTA to buy Nintendo.
Take Two did, yeah.
And they're gonna give anyone that owns a Wii U a $150 certificate to smash it and send them proof.
That would be fucking amazing.
That'd be so Rockstar.
Oh, that'd be good.
I really would.
Yeah.
But no, while a lot of people would view that information on the whole as bad news,
That would be good news.
I think it would be good news.
Yeah.
And it would absolutely be a show stealer.
I think
Yes, it would.
I think another show stealer is Peter Molyneux comes on stage and says something stupid and puts his foot in his mouth about something.
What you
Anything.
mean? You mean talks?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think I don't.
I mean, it's not.
I feel bad.
It's not gonna happen.
I feel bad for Peter Molyneux.
I do.
I love
Because
the dude.
it's not-
He's amazing.
He
But I
really
mean,
is.
He's
And
not. He's
gaming
not a
would
PR
not
guy.
gaming would
No.
not be the same without him. But they need to not let him talk
No.
to people.
That's
No,
what it is.
he's a developer.
Yes.
Developers.
Developers,
Old joke there.
developers. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Um,
the thing is, you and I have had this conversation before. he's not a PR guy, but the thing is, when you put a mic in his hand, he's just so fucking passionate about what he does.
He is.
He goes
They
on
want
with
to.
it,
They
and it
want to
just
give that.
doesn't
They want to
work.
show that energy, but they need to have a proxy there.
What they need is have a shot caller on him. And every time he starts, like, the developers of the game, they're
It's like, it's okay.
Nope.
He's just getting excited.
Yeah.
No,
they
bad.
do need someone out there to direct him, like it's sort of an interview type.
You'll be
setting.
able to get married and have children, and your children will grow up. Okay,
And
we're not
then
going to
you
do that.
can
We're not
play
going to do
as-
that.
And then you can play as them. No. The trees will grow in real time. Oh my god,
Nope,
that was
guess we won't
supposed
do
to
that
be
either.
in Fable 1 for anyone
Yeah.
who wasn't around for that one. The trees were supposed to grow in real time.
Yeah.
Back in the original Xbox days. Yeah.
Trees still don't grow in real time.
People are still
Well, you do
bitter.
Minecraft.
People
Yeah.
are still bitter about that not happening. It's like,
And again,
guys,
it's like-
fucking let it go.
No.
Fable was an amazing game.
It was so good.
It was okay.
Amazing.
It would be way better if they had trees,
Trees
growing.
in real time. It's like,
Yeah,
oh my
that makes
god.
a break game. Is
Yeah.
trees growing. Yeah.
There were other things he didn't deliver on in that game that it would have been better on without. Things that were completely capable of happening. But, I mean, realistically, still an amazing game.
Yeah, no, I
And
completely agree.
he has made so many contributions to the industry that
Yeah, if-
it's
It wouldn't be the
immeasurable.
same- It would not.
The
be
gaming
same.
industry would not be the same
Yeah.
without him.
Wild card.
Somebody
fuck
else
did they
hired
call it?
him.
No. The Project Milo comes back with a vengeance for the Xbox One.
Headed by Peter Molyneux.
Headed by Peter Molyneux.
He's back.
Son of a bitch.
Wow, he's still bitter about that.
He should be.
Yeah, after I've seen an interview fairly recently. I'm talking fairly recently, like the last
You're
6
talking about
months.
Peter Molyneux with
Yes.
Lionhead?
Well, Peter Molyneux being bitter about the fact that Microsoft never did anything, let him do anything with Project Milo. Like they just stopped. It's like you're not allowed to do anything with this anymore. He wanted that to be a thing, like that they were going to be pushing, and they just kind of like, all right, this is more of a tech demo. So, yeah.
Well, to be perfectly fair, that thing had no fucking chance of working with the original Kinect. That original Kinect
Not with
was
the original one.
That
no.
was a turd sandwich.
Well, just out of curiosity, what the hell is he doing?
Right now he has his own company. It's like 22 Cans or something like that. I think
Wasn't
it's called.
Lionhead his company?
It was, but he's not there anymore. He went and started up another company.
So he left Lionhead?
he left what he started.
Yes, he did. He left it.
That's really odd.
Yeah, they're working on, what is it called? It's it's an indie game that looked really, really weird, but only Molyneux.
Yeah, Molyneux
could do it.
can get away with that kind of thing.
Yeah, it was like I don't even know how to describe it. I think it's called Goddess or something like that. I
Yeah,
don't know.
Goddess. I think I know. I don't know if it's the same title. I'm not sure if we're talking about the right game.
You're talking about the red and blue.
Yeah.
Oh, that game looks freaking amazing. You're talking about where you don't have direct control over them, but you have control over the land.
Yeah,
Yes.
you've won the
I've
terrain.
almost bought that like 4 times.
should buy it.
That's Peter Molyneux?
Yep.
That's really, really similar to like one of his. It was like the 3rd game he ever made.
Yep.
James is like, I'm going to go buy that now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
know that was Molyneux. That's
Yep,
his company.
That's his company.
I'm gonna go buy it probably tonight or tomorrow just
Yeah,
to support
That's what
Peter
he's been working.
Molyneux.
That's
Yeah,
what he's been working on.
But honestly, when I saw it, it like that made me kind of think Peter
I
Molyneux
was like,
just
someone
because
clearly
it's
was either very influenced by Peter Molyneux.
well,
or...
it's very like him because he's really into the character interaction, if that
Yes,
makes sense.
Yes, I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah.
Or at the same time, like lack thereof.
Yes,
Like,
because
yeah.
he wants you to influence the world sometimes directly, but most of the time indirectly.
Yeah, he wants you. It's one of those things.
It's a Molyneux thing.
Yeah,
I
it's-
mean,
it's
the
exactly
best
what it
way
is.
to
It's a
describe
Molyneux
it.
game.
It's the best way to describe that.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
something where you're controlling the world, but you're not in control of anything.
People who don't know what we're talking about need to play more Molyneux games.
Yeah, go out and play any
Yeah,
of his
and
stuff.
quit ragging on the guy and just enjoy what he does.
Yeah,
The
because he does it.
innovation
He
that
does it
pours out of
very,
him.
very
Yeah,
well.
he's such an amazing.
Yeah.
He's absolutely one of those people.
His
Like
mind
Works
is
differently in a great
exactly,
way.
Exactly.
I honestly believe, like, this is going way off like the E3 thing at this
Yeah.
point. But I mean, if there becomes a time in the future where like video games are enough of a popular medium where there's like a Grammys or a Oscars for this type of thing, he deserves to have like some kind of like an induction and whatever the
Well,
fuck
they've
kind
had
of Hall
like
of Fame they have.
they've had like
Yeah.
a quote unquote Hall of Fame developers kind of thing, and he got into that.
Yeah, he
I'm
should.
thinking more of like a Mount Rushmore type of deal, and Miyamoto would be on there. I think Molyneux deserves a spot on that. It was just with what he has done.
Yeah, but he's just top level.
Yeah, he is absolutely just. You can't touch him.
Again, innovation pours out of the guy.
Yes.
It's like you said, his mind works differently. But try and get back on the...
I do want to throw one other thing out there with Molyneux. He doesn't churn out the same shit ever.
No.
It's just something that does not happen with him. While you get a similar feel out of it, it's like looking at an artist's paintings. Like, you can tell it's done by the same guy, but they're not the same. Like,
that's
one
deep.
painting to another, it's not the same. You can tell it was the same artist, but it's not the same thing.
It's a Molyneux painting, but it's not the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I absolutely agree. It's
the only time where that could have been said was Fable, and that's only because the Microsoft influence. I think. But even
then,
title to title, it was very
they were
different.
sequels.
Yes.
I mean, and it was the same. It was the
Feel.
same. What's the word? Franchise.
Yeah, there you go.
But those games were radically different from one to the next.
They were.
They had similar art styles and that kind of thing, but as far as gameplay, radically different.
Yeah.
Even the combat was radically different from one to the next.
Yeah, it was.
In some ways,
but that's the closest it's come
in
to
very bad ways.
Yes, but that's the only case of I don't know necessarily if you want to call it like stagnation or if that's a word. Is that a word?
Yes.
Stagnant? Yeah,
Yes.
something becomes stagnant, it has stagnation.
Is that? Yeah, I didn't know if that was a word or not. But that's the closest it's come to it with him.
Yeah.
So.
No, I absolutely agree.
Yeah. But to get back on E3 and Nintendo,
Want them to pull out of the console market.
Yeah.
Smash Brothers on everything. But that's not what they're going to do. They're going to make Mario available on everything.
Oh, God, don't even fucking say that. It's terrible.
Mario on your cell phone.
I already have Mario on my cell phone.
No, but you can download it on the Google Plays.
They actually, that wouldn't surprise me if they made some sort of announcement with getting into the mobile market. Because they mentioned briefly that they were going to have developers working on that. So it wouldn't surprise me if at their like E3 Direct, whatever.
That's what they're wasting their fucking time on, really. Oh my God.
They said they had a separate team that they hired to do that.
I imagine
so,
you work at Nintendo, you go into work, and it's like, yeah, well, that's interesting. I'm going to take a nap. Yep.
You know what we should do? We should go pray to Miyamoto and hope he comes up with a new game title.
That's my wild card.
Miyamoto just makes a game called Miyamoto, and he fucking loses his mind.
No. Miyamoto comes with a new IP. Because he hasn't done that since Pikmin.
Yeah, they haven't had...
I predict it'll be better than Pikmin, as far as, like, a character they can put on the face of, like Smash Bros. And, yeah, it's all that. That's something that
like Mario?
Yeah, like, I guess like Mario.
Like a new face.
Yeah, it's something new for them that they haven't done that in a long time. They desperately need it.
You know what would be very interesting, at least in my opinion, is if they put out a new game, a new IP, that's not just going to be an off-world or an offshoot like Mad World, something that's more geared towards an adult gamer.
Kind of like Metroid Prime was. What?
No, I mean like an adult game, like something
Oh, so more akin to
something more. Yeah, something
like a porn game.
Yeah, basically. I was looking for
so
Leisure Suit Larry.
All right.
No, but something more geared towards the grown-up audience, the adult audience, people
so
who
again,
have been
more
the people who fucking played Super Mario when they were a kid, who are now in their 20s, 30s.
But they're still Nintendo.
And it's time.
Yeah, Nintendo fans, but they want something.
Something more mature, and like I want that to be a thing that they actually put out. And it becomes one of the faces of Nintendo is a new character who's actually more geared towards the older generation. A Master Chief
for them.
Exactly.
Okay, that would be interesting.
It won't happen.
I highly doubt it.
I don't think it would, but
I mean, it's one of those things.
I want it to
fingers
happen.
Crossed.
Yeah, I want it to happen, but I don't think it ever will. It's a good wild card for sure.
But at this point, we are running rather long.
I'm used to it.
Yeah, shit happens. Back to the beginning. Shit happens. Anything left? Anything you want to add to it, Cody?
I think I'm
final thoughts, so to
sack
speak.
Of ideas. Looking forward to E3. Let's see what Rockstar has. That's what I'm excited for, and Bethesda with Fallout 4.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see what happens with that. Other than that, just E3, yay!
James,
excitement.
any final thoughts?
I've got wacky expectations. Have you heard? I mean, or as you've heard, I mean, I want Google to show up.
That'd be nice.
I want Nintendo to pull out a console. So, I want
major change in the industry.
New Half-Life. I mean, I'm a revolutionary here.
Okay. As for me, I've pretty much said my piece of what I want to happen and what I think could happen and all that kind of good jazz. So, I guess this is going to be the end of our second podcast. We will see you guys next week.
Hope you guys enjoyed.
Goodbye.
Go on.